So the dust has officially settled when it comes to the 60 Minutes interview with Brad Garlinghouse. And I figured I would give you guys a quick update, really kind of just go through what's been happening because yes, the market is selling off. Yes, XRP is having a pullback. Yes, it is rough. Are we really concerned about this though? Should we be concerned about this? And, was this really, something that we didn't expect? Well, all those questions will be answered in this video. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So let's talk about a few things. Number one, let's address the entire market. By the time that this video goes live, we don't know what is going to truly happen around price action, but one thing is clear to me. This market has been red hot the last 30 days. I've been seeing a lot of people concerned about these pullbacks happening in this market. If we look at the last 30 days for a lot of these altcoins, XRP is still up over 330% in the last 30 days. HBAR up almost 500%. XLM up almost 350%. When we think about the gains that are happening in this space right now, a cool off isn't that crazy to me. In fact, it feels healthy to me. When it comes to Bitcoin, yes, Bitcoin has been trading in a volatile fashion. We've been having some spikes to the upside like this one, for an example. Over 101,000. I know on some exchanges it hit like 102,000. All of a sudden we're back down under, 100K, back to 98.7K. This is the last 7 days, just chopping sideways in the last month. Not too, significant price action at all when it comes to Bitcoin. Now, if we go over here to XRP, yes, XRP is selling off. Are we concerned about this? Should we be concerned about this? Well, when the whole year chart looks like this, I don't think that we should have to be concerned at all. Now, how low can XRP go? Mainly, I'm looking at retesting those significant highs going all the way back to 2021. It's like right around $1.98 or so. And we'll talk about that. We'll address it. But was all of this because of 60 minutes? No. Like I said, if we look at the market, it's red hot still. We're still in extreme greed. This is just one of those pullbacks along the way to the top. And I've always shared with you guys my thought process on this. If we go all the way back, from 2020 to 2021, and you look throughout, these charts, guys, even if we really think about this year, let's go and look at this year. Look at these pullbacks along the way to the top. This is typical price action. Pullbacks are going to happen. The market needs to cool off. We need to see, a little bit of a reset. And the same goes for XRP. So to me personally, should we be concerned about this price action at all? Should we be worried? No. I'm not concerned at all when it comes to XRP. Now let's talk about a few things. Let's address this over here, which, I did put out a post after the 60 Minutes interview. I said mainstream media is dead. No one should ever listen to these big media companies ever again. It's clear they don't want you knowing the truth. Instead, they want to manipulate and twist the truth. Now, you might be questioning, Nick, what are you talking about when it comes to this? Well, let's actually talk about what Brad Garlinghouse put out yesterday. I did record this actually live. I did mention this in the live stream. Now, John Reed Stark, which is the big, joke of this entire story, did respond. I'm not even going to give him any attention. What a complete joke of an individual. But we have crypto made its debut on 60 Minutes tonight. There's no doubt that these technologies will continue to become more and more mainstream. I completely agree. With influence and reach that will only continue to grow. A few things I do want to comment on after watching. Number one, I spoke with Margaret Brennan, 60 Minutes, for 90 minutes plus straight when discussing the SEC's misguided lawsuit against Ripple. 60 Minutes shockingly left out that a federal judge ruled that XRP is not a security. Gensler's shill, John Reed Stark, the guy that I just told you guys is like, a huge clown, knows better despite his comments that 60 Minutes chose to air. And basically what he said was, crypto has no utility. He also mentioned that, these are possibly securities, or he actually didn't even say possibly. He said that they are securities. He said it's so obvious that they're securities. It's so clear. Lastly, to say crypto has no utility, there you guys have it, is exactly what the naysayers said about the internet in its earliest days, that it's nothing more than illicit activity. How vastly they were proven wrong. Today, even JP Morgan is coming around on blockchain. Conveniently, 60 Minutes also failed to mention that Ripple is doing billions of dollars of KYC transactions for our institutional customers, leveraging XRP to move money across borders more efficiently than traditional payment rails. And yeah, listen, this entire 60 Minutes interview was a complete joke, okay? It was. Now you might be questioning, well, Nick, didn't you say that it was going to be a huge interview? No. I made a video the other day, and basically it was saying the next 24 hours could change everything. Now that was regarding this chart on the screen, as you guys can see, where every single 5 to 6 days, XRP was pumping significantly. And we were ranging for about roughly 5 days or so, and we were just waiting to see what XRP was going to do next. Now, at the time that I did post this video, we were trading at about roughly $2.44 around there. I was looking for $2.50 to break. We did. We broke to the next resistance zone, which was right around like $2.63 anyways. But this is what I said in this video. Listen closely to what I am talking about here. It definitely could. Now, am I very bullish on 60 Minutes? Not exactly, right? 60 Minutes is known to provide hit pieces on a lot of their, discussions. It is mainstream media. It is a media company that has been really it's legacy media, right? So they might spin this in a way where they actually attack, not support Ripple. They might say, the SEC has been going after them for fraud, this, that, whatever. It might just be a hit piece. We don't know exactly what's going to happen here. But I do think that there's going to most likely be a lot of buying into this event because, again, a lot of people will just buy into the news. And then, of course, they will sell once it does happen. We don't know what's going to happen. But now, that is exactly what we saw, right? There's a big influx of buying into the event, pushed XRP significantly higher than $2.50. Like I said, it hit the next resistance zone. I have it over here. We hit about roughly $2.65, and then we sold off. Now, one thing that I will mention here is that XRP, currently speaking, at the time that I am recording this, is down about roughly 19% from its high. If we're talking about this total candle, it's about 20% down from that high. After pumping 489%, should we be concerned? On a 20% pullback after pumping almost 500%? Now, I also share with you guys real quick that we do have a fair value gap on this chart, and it is right around roughly $1.92 to $2.09. And even if we're being a little bit more optimistic about this fair value gap, it's about $1.95. Now, if XRP were to pump or were to drop down to these levels, would we, just say, all right, that's it, the pump's over, it's done? No. This would be roughly a 29 to 34% drop on XRP. Everyone would be panicking, everyone would be terrified. And from this level, I personally believe that XRP is going to be ready to push through the all-time high, which this is a 91%, almost 92% move. And from there, I am expecting $5 at least to be targeted on XRP. And if we're talking about that, then we would basically be addressing a 150% move from around $2. Now, the next target up here is like around roughly $8. That would be a 300% move. That's possible when it comes to XRP. But that's what I'm ultimately looking for, is XRP to really kind of shake the tree a bit more, shake everyone out. This is going to be the first level of interest when it comes to XRP on this downward move, which is about $2 and almost 22 cents. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give you guys some possibilities here, but this is exactly what I would be looking for. It would shake the tree a bit more. It would cause a little bit of panic. And I do think that this is where we start to see that violent move really start to wake up. Now, a little bit more information behind 60 Minutes on why this was such a bad interview. We have over here from Neil. Things 60 Minutes got wrong about crypto, XRP, and Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse is the CEO of a company called Ripple, whose cryptocurrency XRP became the third largest in the world this past week. XRP is not Ripple's cryptocurrency. Ripple is an influential member of the XRP community, but the XRP ledger is public and decentralized. John Reed Stark, crypto is a scourge. It's not something that you want in your society. It has no utility. It's just pure speculation. Ripple payments customers using XRP for cross-border payments would beg to differ. John Reed Stark, I've read every case, I've read every motion, and judges have said over and over again that these are securities. Judge Torres ruled that XRP, the digital token itself, is never a security. This is why 60 Minutes is a complete joke. They took this whole interview, 90 minutes plus from Brad Garlinghouse's mouth, he said. 90 minutes plus of discussions around crypto. They chopped it up into a 13-minute long segment just to paint crypto, Ripple, and even XRP in such a negative way. This is why I continue to tell you guys, you cannot trust mainstream media. Now, why did I say that 60 Minutes was most likely going to do this? Well, it's because of what Brad said the other day. Also, Elon Musk was on 60 Minutes. It was a complete, it was a complete hit piece on Elon Musk as well. So it just made sense that this would be as well. But the other day, before this even came out, they put out this post from an SEC spokesperson. I've read this now 3, 4, 5 times in videos. It's just crazy to me that, people thought that this was going to be a positive interview. It was never going to be. I've said it many times that I'm not even worried about the 60 Minutes interview because it's nonsense. This is legacy media at its finest. A complete joke as well. Now, on top of this, when we go over here, this is a great overall breakdown of what really happened on 60 Minutes. And this is from Perianne. Tonight's 60 Minutes crypto segment. A missed opportunity. This evening, crypto got a 13-minute feature on 60 Minutes. Unfortunately, it fell far short of being an informed and balanced discussion. Instead, the episode exposed a clear bias and lack of understanding of cryptocurrency's fundamental principles and its broader implications. Misrepresenting crypto advocacy as threatening democracy. And these are questions to Brad Garlinghouse. Is the message for any lawmaker looking to run for office that they have to fear your industry? This question underscores a fundamental misunderstanding of cryptocurrency. At its core, permissionless cryptocurrencies are open source software protected as free speech under the First Amendment. Attempts to restrict access to cryptocurrencies are not just economic decisions, they infringe on free speech, property rights, and the right to assemble. CBS News failed in its role as a protector of First Amendment values by ignoring these fundamental truths. Instead, it framed American businesses' advocacy for these rights as unethical political lobbying, misrepresenting the real stakes of the crypto debate. Lack of credible opposition. And again, here we have John Reed Stark. This is why I'm saying this guy is a clown. For the opposing viewpoint, 60 Minutes relied on John Reed Stark, whose credibility is questionable at best. Stark made sweeping, baseless claims such as every single crime you can conceive of is easier to do now because of crypto. These people don't realize that crypto transactions are all trackable, traceable. They're on chain forever. This sensationalized rhetoric ignored key facts. Crypto transactions are logged on a public, immutable, public ledger, the blockchain. This makes it far easier to trace illicit activity than with cash or the traditional banking system. An actual crypto crime expert would have provided a nuanced, fact-based perspective. Instead, 60 Minutes chose to amplify an unqualified voice, undermining its credibility. As for Stark's claim that there is no transparency in crypto, blockchains provide radical transparency. It's baffling that 60 Minutes failed to challenge such an easily disproven assertion. And of course, the SEC's weak defense. The SEC's response to criticism was any amount spent by the crypto industry on legal defense or influence peddling pales in comparison to the savings lost by crypto investors to frauds and failures. This argument is laughable given the SEC's track record. While aggressively pursuing a political war against crypto, the SEC failed to detect the multi-billion-dollar fraud at FTX despite multiple meetings with its CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried. The SEC's mismanagement is a critical part of the story, but 60 Minutes missed the opportunity to address this failure. Blaming FTX's collapse on crypto instead of regulatory failures, Brennan called FTX a case study of what can happen without proper oversight. This is categorically false. FTX was an offshore exchange operating outside U.S. regulatory oversight. The real issue is the lack of a clear regulatory framework in the United States. The SEC's hostility towards crypto has driven much of the industry offshore, where it is beyond the reach of the U.S. regulators. Had the U.S. established a clear, consistent regulatory framework, domestic exchanges could have taken the lead, operating under U.S. oversight to protect investors and prevent fraud. Instead, the absence of clear rules created the conditions for FTX's growth and eventual collapse. And of course, we have the urgent need for U.S. leadership in crypto regulation. Brad Garlinghouse ended with a critical question. Where is the United States better served? Are we served by creating clear rules of the road and having this industry thrive here at home, or should we push it offshore where people are less protected? This is the crux of the issue. If the U.S. wants to lead the digital asset revolution, it needs to act now. Without a thoughtful regulatory framework, we risk ceding this transformative industry to nations already pulling ahead. Time is running out to build digital asset markets at home. Failure to do so is not just a lost economic opportunity, but a forfeiture of leadership in the next wave of global innovation. The 60 Minutes crypto feature was an opportunity to educate the public and engage in a substantive dialogue about the future of digital assets. Instead, it perpetuated misconceptions and missed the chance to address the real issues. And this is why, when we look at XRP today, no, it's not selling off because of 60 Minutes. And if it is, if people are actually selling their XRP because of this 60 Minutes interview, you need to wake up to what you are actually holding. This space is set to absolutely erupt over the coming years. Regulations are incoming. We are about to see global innovation and adoption in a very large way. Institutions are waiting on the sidelines. They are teed up with use cases. They're just ready to go. But they're still waiting for the green light, which is regulations. Ripple and XRP are at the forefront of this. Legacy media is a complete joke. And I'm telling you guys right now, never put any money on the line when it comes to these types of interviews. They mean absolutely nothing. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.